and that is the community sponsorship request for the film Yuba City. You have the floor still.
Thank you. Mayor and council members, the film Yuba City Film Commission. The purpose, the film Yuba City is an organization intended to attract and support the film industry in the Yuba City community. A film commission, such as Film Yuba City, is a one-stop resource for film, TV, and commercial production. Film Yuba City is being established to attract production to the Yuba City communities. On September 7th, the CEO, Marnie Sanders of the Yuba City Chamber, made a presentation before council on Film Yuba City. Film production has a widespread economic impact that can benefit our entire community. So the next steps in the timeline, once all funding is secured here in January, establish a formal film commission committee, secure a consultant to assist in launching Film Yuba City. January through May 2022, website design and create social media platforms. March 2022, initiate process for cities, counties designation, establishing model film making process ordinances. By July 2022, memberships and affiliations with film liaisons in California and California Film Commission. By December 2022, attend up to 2 trade shows to promote Film Yuba City. And again, this was presented by Marnie in September. Estimated fiscal year, first year revenues. And again, estimating that council would approve and adopt this resolution tonight. Yuba City at $6,250. Marysville has committed already to the chamber. Yuba County has paid $6,250. Sutter County is actually waiting in contingent of council's approval and the other agencies. Yuba City Lodging Association has committed to $25,000. So total revenue, $50,000. And estimated year 1 expenses. As you can see here, the main bulk of expenses is consulting and website design. So in the FY 21-22 budget, community sponsorship funds available currently is $12,398 for community contributions and $5,000 for community events. That $5,000 community events is earmarked for our fireworks. Fiscal impact, monetary sponsorship in the amount of $6,250. And the recommendation is consider a monetary sponsorship request from the Yuba City Chamber of Commerce for $6,250 to assist in the funding of Film Yuba City Film Commission and adopt a resolution as the same. With that, any questions?
Where do you come up with these closing slides? That's the number one question.
Got to make it interesting.
There we go. I appreciate that. I know we all do. Any questions from the council?
Through the mayor?
Yes, sir.
The language consider. So this is an ask tonight. So
It is an ask.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
okay, thank you.
Mayor, I'd just like to note that Marnie Sanders is available here via Teams if council has any questions for her as well.
Perfect. Hi, Marnie. Any questions from the council? Okay.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Marty, how you doing? Feeling okay?
Good evening, council. Yes, I'm so sorry I couldn't be there in person, but yes, I am on the mend. Thank you very much.
Good. Just a quick question for you, if I may. Looks like the funding is heading your way, and do you have staff in place, or do you have a plan for staff to get everything accomplished that was on the list?
So the staff portion of that is in the plan, but it's not in year one plan. So year two is when we're looking to staff it up. Year one, we'll be working with Sabrina Jurisic. You met her on Teams, I believe the last presentation we gave. She is a film commissioner out of Shasta County, and very well versed in building a film commission. So we would hire her to help us build that infrastructure and get things rolling. And so she would basically be acting as that staff person as we get moving. But with the plan to hire somebody locally to head the film commission in year two and then 3 full time.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other questions?
Through the mayor. Marnie, do you, is this going to be turning into a nonprofit, or is it just an extension of the chamber? What are your plans on that?
So the idea is, yes, we will eventually procure a 501c3 nonprofit status for the organization. That will most likely not happen in the first year, may happen towards the end of the first year. And so it would operate under the umbrella of the Chamber of Commerce, but as its own 501c3 organization. And certainly we are in favor of building a strong film commission that supports economic growth and development in our area. And should it evolve into its own robust organization outside of the chamber, we will be happy that that has happened. But for now, we're sort of incubating it and helping it to grow.
Right, thank you for answering that. Because looking at the funding availability for culture and film commission, theater arts, there's a lot of money out there in grants available to establish nonprofits, right? And so that's what I'm hoping, that this funding becomes hopefully a one-time request, or do you foresee to come back for year two? Because if it comes, to get a nonprofit status, it takes at least a good year now, as you know. So that's why I think your projections are really good there. So are you thinking like a one-time request and then getting that established and then going out for some really big chunk grants out there? Because there's a lot of money out there.
Yeah, and I know that there is, and I haven't really dug in and looked at specifically what could be available to help support a mission like a film commission. But typically what I have seen in my research of film commissions is that they are supported by the jurisdictions in which they operate in perpetuity. So it would be an annual request, and that dollar amount will change over time. But what we really anticipate and are very optimistic about is that it will generate, this organization and the work that it's doing will generate a lot of tax revenue in the community, much more so than the initial investment that is being made and that annual investment that is being made. So my hope is that a year from now, we can come back to the council and give you an update on all the progress that we have made. I do realize it probably will take more than a year to really see any real significant economic impact, but I believe that it will happen. We've shown you at least our last presentation what has happened in other counties such as Shasta County, where they're upwards of $2 million in tax revenue as a result of production coming to their community. So it can be very significant. We will be obviously looking at ways to implement tracking that money that's coming into the community through production. And so we'll be able to come back and report on that as well. But I understand what you're saying, Councilwoman Espindola, and that there is a lot of money out there, and it's not going to keep us from looking for it. But just to be very transparent, the plan would be to continue to partner with the jurisdictions on this organization.
No, I think you're partnering with, I mean, I like this idea. I love culture and theater and all that. I'm glad you answered directly that you would be coming back. And I also highly encourage, and as any other nonprofit, to look for funding outside of the city funds, which, we have a lot of pressure points. We don't know what that may look like a year from now. So, $6,200 doesn't seem a big money ask. I appreciate you taking this on as a chamber and many others, the interest of doing this. I just hope that we can find ways to look for funding beyond the cities, providing it. But thanks, I fully support it.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions from council? Okay. Marnie, I appreciate you being here tonight. We've had this conversation, I think, over coffee about the film commission and everything. And you're right. The whole idea is to build the business plan and look at the increased revenue coming in. But the city, as well as the other municipalities, have to look at it as an investment. And we also are going to expect a return on the investment, as we talked about. And if all of that works together, then we can begin, as well as the other municipalities, to carve out some of that extra revenue, not from current resources that we have, but possibly from the increased TOT or other things. I mean, those are some avenues we can look at down the line. It's got to be a direct correlation. So I'm looking forward to the business plan coming forward, looking forward to the growth that you guys will have in that. But definitely expecting a return on our investment in a few years, because that's what we got to have. And you know that and understand that, being with the chamber, that's the business side of us. So, and I know you guys did present us several months ago a plan that showed year over year how this would be increasing as the budget would be increasing, because I believe the budget either doubled or tripled in year 2, if I'm not mistaken. It went from 50 to, I think, 100 and then 150. It just kept stepping up. So I wish you the best on this. In my recent travels, I've been noticing every film. It's been funny since we talked about this at the end. The Film Commission of Texas, the Film Commission of Atlanta, the Film Commission of Timbuktu. I mean, they're everywhere. So I appreciate you guys taking the lead on this and getting the energy. So with that, I'll take it to the public. Is there any other comments from the public? How about online?
No public comment.
Then I will bring it back to action from the council.
Through the mayor.
Yes, sir.
I move that we approve a monetary sponsorship request from Yuba City Chamber of Commerce of $6,250 to assist in funding the Yuba City Film Commission.
Got a motion?
Second.
I have a second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, say nay. The ayes have it. Motion carries. Marnie, thanks for being here. George, thank you for all your work that you've done on both of these tonight as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Through the mayor.
Yes, sir.
Just a clarification, when you say the motion's passed, I just want to clarify that it's a unanimous vote of the entire city council and on the ones that they've passed this evening. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Did I miss someone?
Yourself.
Oh,
Sometimes you didn't vote aye, but you said motion passed, and usually the default rule is unless you vote no, it's considered to be a yes.
got you. That was an aye.
Okay, thank you, and I just want to clarify that was for the other agenda items as well.
All right.